Relax, and I'm back again, making a review on value games of racing games. Back then, I was so into, Fast and the Furious. I actually own Eclipse, all hooked up, orange, You guys probably see me on my Facebook. You're like, damn, nice car. But I really wanted to get the simulation of the video games of that time. This is before Need for Speed Underground came out. This was before all that stuff. The only thing we had that time was Midnight Club, 1 and 2. And then, and some driving games, because the Need for Speed 3 and 4 was more of exotic cars, but we want to see everyday cars like a Civic or this and stuff, like a Mitsubishi, or, in America, they were releasing so many nonsense games, okay? Let me start off with this, okay? This was the first box that came to me. I saw this at Best Buy for $19.99. Bought it brand new. Yes, it really attracted me, saying track 'em, tune 'em, all that. And then it has a Celica and an RX-7 right there, and a hot chick flagging for the race, holding the money that she has in her hand, whoever makes it to the end of that quarter mile. But it looks like a Fast and the Furious thing. But when you look in the back, what you see is what you get. And the performance, look at this. Even has, name brand parts that we used to get at AutoZone, or, come on, when Activision Value Center, because it was the value publication, start releasing this game, and the requirements, I remember back then I had a Pentium 4 already, and when I bought this, and it says recommended Pentium 3, 256 megs of RAM, DirectX, this game was so unplayable, okay? I gotta tell you that, alright? The box is just like this, and then when you open it, you just get it on this kind of, okay, I gotta tell you this, you see why it's clear? It came in a sleeve. This is the original sleeve, and that was it. And then I actually put my own clear case for it because I want to preserve it, because it just has a nice looking cover to it. Even how it's printed out, and it has all these cheap other tycoon type of games. And then if I can show you some straight out videos of how this game looks like, I will right now. Look at that. The game is still unplayable, even on a top-end computer, because it's not really optimized well when it's released. This game was quite a bit ahead of its time because, Watch Dogs came out, Grand Theft Auto. This one doesn't even have any people. There's a lot of depth, but no detail or nothing like that. There's not a lot of people walking around. When I say like field of depth, you can actually see the far away. It's really rendering for its time. It was cool, and that's this game, and that's not gonna stop them. They actually made a sequel later on, Street Legal Racing Redline, with the most stupidest soundtrack I've ever heard. Now it has a flap open box. Now it has a Celica and a Mitsubishi Lancer. You got a show car versus a rally car. Yes, look at that. Not really authentic cars. Yeah, police are now chasing you. And then they're trying to compare the other games that was released. It was called Midnight Street Drag. Okay, I'm gonna get there too. I even bought that. This game is just like that. There you go. Now, these two games are it's just an item of novelty, It's just really cool just to own it, And I bought this game because this is actually the Nitro Edition. Why bother buy the original version when you're missing cars? Because they released the original version, and a month later they released a Nitro Edition. I think that's kind of like awkward. So and then gameplay of that game was here's an example. Oh my god, this is look at that. Let it load. Oh god, this game is just like a regular iPhone app, okay? You're just dragging with fiction cars that looks identical to today's cars, like a Mitsubishi Eclipse or a Supra. And does it say name brand? Nope, it doesn't say any name brand things like it would. But the box cover is well designed. Wow, it's really designed well to really attract, street racers. Hey, I got a laptop that was souping up my ride anyway, so I might as well, play this game on the side. This game is playable. The requirement is not really that high, and playing this game, I gotta tell you, this is bad. And this game is equal to the same price of these games. So all you're going to be doing in this game is drag racing. You're not doing any checkpoints. You're not getting, oh yeah, when the cops come by to chase your ass down, you're already caught. oops, your car gets impounded. You're just trying to keep your income. If that's how you know it's the gameplay. Then later on, they made a spin-off called Midnight Outlaw 6 Hours to Sun Up. Now this game, it's by the Value Soft. It actually has a storyline, and this game was already dated when it came out. Need for Speed already came out, and it has real cars in it, but they're not marked as let me see, how you say it? It's not really like, it's like if it says Celica, it's gonna say Celica, or it's spelled different, you know, and they say Toyota GT or like that, Concept GT. Oh wow. Let me see if I can find it in there. I know this game was released on the Xbox original, the original one. It was released on the Xbox under the Top Gear brand. So I forgot the name of the title, but I recommend playing it on the PC. It has a guy that looks like, you know, Whistler from Blade that's consulting you throughout the whole game. But it has its own storyline. And out of all these knockoffs, there was one game that was very, very nice and well made. Simulation. LA Street Racing. Yes, I am here in Southern California, and it came with, you know, fiction cars, and it shows like a nice looking Los Angeles. This game was only about $10 when it came out and released. It has a Skyline R32 right there, and this is LA Street Racing. I mean, I gotta say something. You can actually custom make your cars in this. I mean, you can make it an Eclipse, put the official logos. Has a little bit of programming language things, all right. And there's another game before Burnout. It was actually before Burnout, getting, you know, Paradise or Burnout 3 and all that. PC gamers will enjoy this game, Crashday. Yes, Crashday. What you see right there is what you're going to get. Those are actual in-game screenshots. These are my collection of boxes. I mean, you know, want to cheat death, and it has a Skyline, and it has like you're in a Tony Hawk Pro Skater thing. You're treating this game like you're a Tony Hawk Pro Skater with your car. So you're just crashing your way. You have 12 rides, and I gotta say, this is one of the best, you know, crash 'em up games, you know, for that time. Especially this game. This is decent. Okay, it's a spin-off from the Midnight Outlaw series of the first edition of their drag. I mean, this game, the only difference between Street Legal and Street Legal Racing was this version has a little bit of comic book inserts of how it looks like in the game. It makes it look like it had a little storyline, has a more stronger hip-hop soundtrack, and yeah. And you know, there was Need for Speed. I mean, Initial D. Initial D was one of the best drifting, you know, television shows that was released in Japan, and then they're trying to sell it out here. Not a lot of people heard of it, but for the Asian community here in America knows about it. And you know, Tokyo Drift was, you know, like, you know, they got really popular after that, and then they have Initial D, and then they released it on the PC. I thought I was gonna get that Sega feeling where you go to the arcade, you're gonna play Initial D, you're gonna play on that AE86, okay, the Hachi Tofu car, and then, or the Arc 7, you know, with the red sun and all that. No, I bought this, okay. There's this place called Big Lots. I didn't find this title anywhere near a GameStop or back then EB Games or Software, etc. This game sucks. I mean, look at the graphics. I thought it was the Sega game, but there was no Sega logo or nothing. It has if you look at the control and physics on this, you have to press a button to drift. It's not the e-brake or even downshifting. There's a button of drift mode, and it's, I don't know, I mean, drift or die. Even the soundtrack was, it's not that high pop, happy, hardcore pop music, or you know how it is, but this is one of the, I mean, for collector's purpose, yes, I enjoy it. And for some reason, ValueSoft, you know, that company that distributes these games, ValueSoft, along with what's that called, the Redline Street Legal Racing, these games, they're from the same publishers, I believe, from the same. Your computer cannot run these games. Oh my God, today they cannot really run really perfect. You know, it runs really choppy. This game runs great. This game runs great. Crashday runs great. This one, you only need 8 megs of video RAM, and it runs great. This game runs great, but the game was boring, just dragging. But this, no said. thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to know where to purchase these, please Facebook me or subscribe to me and comment to my channel. If you want any more reviews, I will make them up right now. Thank you for watching.